Hello, Aries. Welcome back to Intuitive Insights. Let's do a love reading. We're going to include some oracle cards, and then we're also going to include, of course, the 5 tarot cards. All right. You want to come out? We got aftermath, bandages, and magical moments for your oracle cards, okay? Wants to ride me and my girl. All right. Aftermath, bandages, magical moments. It's looking like heavy separation, but somebody after either an argument or, y'all like that? I said argument. My youngest son, y'all, he is forever correcting the way I pronounce things. It drives me bonkers, but he's right. Anywho, so after an argument and then a falling out, someone is now romanticizing the positive highlights between the two of you, okay? We have the Empress, 9 of Cups, the Lovers, King of Wands, and the Hanged Man. What is this? 8 of Pentacles. You're my lady. Yeah. All right. So here, what your person... Oh, I didn't even clarify with you what each row would be. Okay, so the first row is what they want. All right. Of course, why? Every time some bull happened, then people start to realize, oh, what, oh, I didn't want to lose that. That was valuable to me. Yeah. It always happens. Aftermath. I think Empress is really appropriate for that. And then here we have the heart desire. We have 9 of Cups with the bandages. And then this third row is going to be inner thoughts. Yeah, we've been nosy today because I want to be nosy. Why not? All right. And then you have here, this card is going to be the outcome is the King of Wands. Basically, your person, their outcome, their overall actions for this. And then here, this is what's hindering them. What's in the balance. Damn, that's really appropriate, the Hangman. Okay, so what y'all got going on, what they want is for you to come back. The aftermath with the Empress. Y'all, these cards, I love these cards. I don't use them that often. I don't even think I ever used them on YouTube, but I've had them for a grip. I just haven't used on YouTube. Anywho, so here with the aftermath and the Empress, this is somebody that realized that they threw away their, what was that she said? You realize you threw away, chasing these rhinestones, you're going to lose your jewels. Who is that? It's Show M-I-S-T-A-K. Mistake is the name of the song, and it's Sonata. Y'all ever heard that song? Anywho, so what your person wants, they want you to come back. After shit hit the fan, they realize that they really fumbled the ball, and they want you to come back. Now, it's not just any emotion of, yes, it's what they want, but it's the fact that they realize, okay, after looking at things, cooler heads prevail. And hindsight is always 2020. So they realize, damn, I real life fumbled this for this. Cat's out the bag. The thing here is Empress always attracts, and you never needed them. You didn't need them. You wanted them. That's the difference. And now they realize that, and now they realize that they actually need you. So they end up being with somebody that just took from them or actually kept them in a bunch of bull, cost them their relationship with you, and now they're around here boohoo crying. They want their Empress back. But it be like that. All right, so their heart's desire. Now, it's no secret that this person is feeling like crap. They're bruised. And the harsh reality, what a lot of people need to understand is even though somebody, when you have a falling out, it takes 2 people to tango. Everybody's getting hurt in the mix. I mean, one can be like, oh, I'm a victor. Everybody take losses. Even when you look at a war, each side has to bury somebody. Each side has lost an amount of people that they wouldn't have had they not gotten into this tango. But they also, with having those casualties, and those, one is casualties, the other one are sacrifices. Without doing this, they wouldn't obtain what they wanted. So when you go into a fight or argument with somebody, really you're fighting for each other. You're trying to get your point across, tempers is flaring, and you're done with the bull. And now it's explosive. It's explosive. So with that aftermath, everybody walks away bruised. That's my point. Nobody walks away unscathed. Do you understand? So they hurt and you're hurt. The problem here is with that emotional, Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment. Their heart desire, they want to heal. They want to make this better. But the problem here is the only way to make this better and make this right is to have who they lost back. But we all know that in order for you to be with somebody, both people have to be willing to get in the ring to fight it out. It takes two people to make something work. So you can want something as much as you want. You can cry me a river, all you want. But ultimately, it has to be that person's decision if they're willing. I always tell people, never fight. You want to fight with someone for a common outcome, but you never want to fight for someone. If you got to fight for them, constantly prove to them that that's the person you want to be with, that ain't the person you need to be with. Because they should have known that when y'all got together. When y'all get together, a lot of people think it has to be a marriage. I mean, I'm one of them people that think, yeah, once you make a solid commitment, yes, it needs to be a marriage, or else you still on the market. That's how I see it. If we ain't married, we both single, because that's how we file our taxes. We're both single. But I have known two people actually, and they were Jamaican. They are Jamaican. And they don't believe in the marriage thing. They believe in the unity. Once I lay with you and I commit to you and we live under the same roof, you are my wife, I am your husband. And if you guys have that dynamic and you're presenting yourself to the public as husband and wife, I applaud you. But if you're not doing that, you understand what I'm saying? And it's like, oh no, that's my girl, that's my guy. You know what I mean? You're still playing those kind of games. Then that means you're still up for the market because you're not necessarily ready to make the full commitment. Do you understand? So here you have someone that is wounded and someone that is actually taking accountability in solitude, because it's a 9, with themselves on what they did to make this mistake. All right. The problem here is, even though they're still hurting and they have healed themselves, it's like they have the energy of wanting to come and apologize to you, because clearly we have the aftermath where they're desiring, they want to pull you back in. They want you back. That the heavy desire to have you to feel fulfilled or to be fulfilled is there. Now, have they articulated that? It doesn't say, because right now we're just in emotions and in solitude, okay? Now, what they're thinking about. Why do they want this? Why do they desire this? You're still on their brain. What is it? Well, it's magical moments. Magical moments is what we have here. Realize that I experienced my highest moments of pure happiness and joy with you. You understand? And then it's clarified with the Lovers. My cards be showing up and showing out. I love it. Anywho, but they realize you complete them. And that's what's cycling in their mind. Okay? It's like, damn, you know what? I need the balls up. I really fucked up. I need to double back. When they're going to do it, I don't see when they're going to do it, but I see, as I'm telling you, it's heavy in an atmosphere of thought. Because here, what they have to action, the outcome is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the first one to jump off his throne. Baby, when I tell you he gallops, he be ready to fight. I mean, as soon as his team, when his knights come to gear up, baby, daddy already suited up. He is ready for the battle. He wants to be in front. He wants to charge in, and he's going for his target. Y'all are to create interference, but he goes in for the head. So when the King of Wands shows up as someone's action, this is somebody that, yes, they intend, they're plotting on how they're going to come to you. It's a thought. and it's burning in the spirit, strong desire that they want to come to you. Well, why haven't they come to you? Or if they haven't, what's slowing them down? What is it? Well, it's because they're in a hangman. They realize they fucked up. That's what it is. They realized they messed up big time. Whatever this fight was, or this tiff that y'all did, or maybe their act of betrayal, or what you perceived as betrayal, they perceived as just a life experience that they couldn't pass up. There's always two sides now. They know that they really messed up, and they have to sit in that. This is why I say they're not moving just yet. The outcome, they will be moving. King of Wands, but right now they're not. The Hangman is in the balance. I know I said that's going to be this card, but it is. It's in the balance. This is somebody that is sitting there contemplating. They're taking accountability for their actions, and they know that the greatest punishment that they can endure is not having you in their life. So they're letting it ride. Maybe in their mind, they're giving you time to cool off. The fact that we got the Empress out here, the Lovers, and the Hangman, this is somebody that's wise. It's somebody that understands, like I said, they fucked up. It's just plain and simple as that. They really messed up. And the worst thing for them, I wish people would take this more heavy into account, is that person has to live with that forever, that they gave you that memory. They gave you that experience. And you know what's fucked up too? The pain, it hits so heavy. Because the joy is something that we're after and we earn, but yet a lot of us have a pessimistic mindset. So we sit there and we soak. And the reason why we sit there and we soak, because we want to make sure that we analyze that plan to the T, so nobody can ever fuck us over like that again. Like, that's heavy. I know I said that with a lot of passion, but I am a Taurus sun, and I sit there. And when things happen, I applaud that person that fucked me over. I applaud you. Oh, you got one over on me. You played me well. Little sneaky bitch. Damn, I really loved them though. Does that mean that person didn't love you? No, they did love you. You got to understand, like Bernie Mac said, I got some fucked up families and you do too. And it's not just in family. It's like in general, people that's in your life. We are all having a human experience, and everybody has desires. Sometimes you be like, I remember this one dude I would never forget. I say, because we was friends. I said, why you sleep with her? Like, clearly you said that you cheated on your baby mama. Why did you do it? He was like, you know what, to be real with you, shit, it was something to do. Ain't like I like her like that. I ain't thinking about her like that. It was just, we was there. Nobody was around. I figured we should fuck. And he was a Sag that told me this. And y'all know Sages are blunt. They're honest. I said, damn, but look what it cost you. He was like, but did it really cost me that? Or did they really love me? I said, look, I was 19, 20 at this time when I had this conversation with him. I said, well, he was like, did it really cost me, or did it really show me that she really went down for me? I said, what? You cheated on her and you're saying that she went down for you? You betrayed her. She didn't expect you to do that. He was like, she should know I ain't shit. She my second baby mama. Clearly, I fuck up. This is a true story. I say, what? He was like, yeah, clearly I be fucking up. I'm fucked up. And she know that. So for her to just leave me when I fuck up, was she really down for me? Because unconditional love, that's what she told me she got for me. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm good to her, if I'm bad to her. She's supposed to rock with me regardless, right? Not slander me. She around here telling everybody and shit. When he said that, I just kind of looked at him. I said, you know what? He right. But I said, you got to understand that she's having a human experience too. And that she trusts you. And then when somebody chooses to love you, they choose to indulge in that love, and you fucked them over. Like, that's how they feel. She thought she had everything. He was like, how she have everything? She don't suck dick. Well, I ain't saying no names, but I said, what? He said, right. She don't do everything. I said, she don't do it. He was like, yeah. So naturally, I mean, if I'm, my other girl did everything. She don't. So, you know what I mean? Naturally, I'm going to be out here looking for, somebody to please, fill in what she fucking up on. She don't want to do it. I can't force her to do it. I said, oh. I was like, so did that girl do it? He was like, I didn't want her to do it. He was like, to be honest with you, I didn't even want to fuck her. Like I said, it was just something to do. But it's not like she fulfilling all of my needs at home. Do you see what I'm saying? I still love her. I just was like, wow, it really opened my mind. I don't know why I'm sharing that story with you, but I am, or I did. But yeah, that this person right here is kind of back digressing. They're in the limbo. They know they fucked up. They know they did wrong. You know what I mean? And they're really, I wonder if they're sitting there and they're contemplating, especially for me to revisit that, if they really want to be in a committed relationship, if they really down for the, house, picket fence, sharing the bills, sharing the account, if they really down for that adulting, that's one. And then for two, if love is really unconditional. And I remember he said, he was like, man, I ain't shit. I ain't been shit. But my mama still love me. She still treat me the same. I was like, damn, that, that really hit hard. So maybe this person can be the person that you want them to be, but just not right now. Or maybe they're going to come around and apologize to you. And maybe they won't even try to disrespect you or trying to be back in a relationship with you. But maybe they want to give you like some closure. That could be a thing too. Either way, baby, that's what I got for you. Because they're in the hangman. They got to get out of this hangman. Because you got a lot of hard work. There's a lot of work they got to do. And rebuilding this foundation that you guys got. Like if you have kids or something like that. Yeah, y'all just saw me being nosy. When my house is at, I be nosy. Oh, yeah. That's one of the neighbors down the hall. Anyways, down the hall. Down the alley. Anyways. But the point is, your person is sitting there contemplating and they understand that it's not easy just being in a relationship. You know how we be thinking it'd be, super easy. Oh, I love them. They love me. And I got them regardless. I know this one girl. She wants to be with her man 24/7. Like the bitch won't work. If he don't got a job, she don't have a job. Now she cannot have a job and he can work, but she don't want him to have a car. She want to be the one to drop him off at work and pick him up from work. And I will never forget when I told her, I said, you think you're the only bitch with a car? She said, what? I said, right. You think you're the only bitch with a car? You don't think that he'll ever, have you drop him off at work? You see him go in the building, you pull off, you think he at work, he texts you, find out you home, find out that you at home, and the other bitch just swoop right in and pick him up from work. She might think he worked the whole shift and then she come pick him up. When I said that to her, she got pissed and she got sad. I said, honey, I'm saying that to say this. If a man want to do something, he gonna do it regardless. You not stopping shit. What you need to do is focus on what is this relationship. What are you getting out of this? What are they getting? Because I'm going to tell you something like this. If you're in love with them and you stop talking to him, you're still going to be checking his social media. You're still going to be calling him. You're still going to figure out a way to argue with him. You're still going to be hurting because you don't have him. But right now, you feel like you ain't got him either because you around here trying to be a ball and chain on this man because you think you're going to lock him down. And really, you would want someone to choose to love you. Not feel obligated to be in a relationship with you. That's crazy. Why I just told you that, I have no idea. But baby, today I was like, oh, I'm going to do some oracle readings for y'all because it's been heavy on my chest this week. And I was like, damn, for me to just think about that. Anywho, this person could be in that. They could be sitting there contemplating, do I really want to be in this relationship? And I know somebody might be like, yeah, motherfuckers is trifling as hell. I done seen bitches do it too. So I done seen women do it. I done seen men do it. And I'm talking of all ages. The oldest person I ever seen cheating was a 73-year-old. I am not capping. A 73-year-old and she was cheating in an assisted living home. I am not bullshitting you. We had like different departments. Baby, she was cheating. She was fucking 3 men. She was fucking 3 men. I mean, I was so like, I was so stuck. How old was I? I had my two, but I think my babies was still in diapers at that time. Because I remember being so shocked that she was throwing that thing like that. I was like, really? And this old lady, I would never forget. You would have thought she was such a sweet little thing. She sat and she crocheted most of the day. But throughout her week, she made her rounds. Now, I'll never forget one day I was sitting there. I was reading my book. And this old lady, she come out. She said, it's time to make my rounds. I said, no, I don't think they passing meds right now. She said, honey, I am the medicine. I said, what? She said, sugar. I got 3 men I'm entertaining right now. I said, you don't even leave. She said, I go outside to the other building. I said, and you're dating 3 of them. One she sat outside and she smoked with. That was one she got down with. And another one was in the same building as her. And the other one was in that second building, but he lived on the other floor. It was 2 floors. That blew my mind. And she came and she started talking to me. I was so shocked. I said, don't you think you, she said, honey, my life is not over until it's over. And I'm not for to settle for one man. My husband died years ago. And it's better this way. They can do what they do, and I'm going to do what I do. I will never forget that. That shocked me. And I remember sitting down, me and her ended up talking, and some of the other girls started sitting and chatting it up with us, being so shocked with how she was. The one girl was fucking a dude in Kenosha, Milwaukee, and Gurney. I'll never forget. And I'm talking about this girl was young. She was like 19. And this lady put her on 73. They was exchanging like how they get down, how to do it when you get undetected. And I just remember just looking so shocked. I was like, wow. And then one girl, she was actually in love with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend kept cheating on her. And I remember I said to her, which one? The one girl told her, okay, so the one girl, the young one, told her, the young thought told the faithful girl, she was like, if he gonna cheat, you should cheat too. Teach him a lesson. And the seasoned thought say, no, when she ready, she'll do it. You got low self-esteem. I never forget. I said, why she got to have low self-esteem to wait? She said, because, baby, if she knew how beautiful she was, she would not be settling for one man. It's so many out there. She was like, it's plenty of fishes in the sea. Ain't you heard that? I said, yes, I have. She said, how many you got? I said, 1. And I told the girl, I said, you should wait. You should, if you love him, wait it out. If you love him, wait it out. Because it's going to hurt to be with him, and it's going to hurt to be without him. So ride it out if you're going to ride it out. Or when you get tired, just stop. And she started pulling up, and come to find out she was very insecure. She had a very low self-esteem. She came from a really bad background. And he was the only one. They had moved from Chicago to Racine together. And he was the only one that ever rode with her. And she was showing his Facebook on how all these girls, I mean, he had one girl, you would have thought he was in a relationship with that girl and not even her. She was the mother of his 3 kids. Like, it was no joke. He had a baby on her. So she had 3, but he had others. And she was just, and the young thought just laughed. I feel bad calling her thought because, I mean, whatever. Y'all know what the thought mean. I guess that's why I use that word. But she was just laughing. And I just looked at her. She was like, what, you ain't got nothing to say? I said, no, I don't. Love is tricky. And they just looked at me. I said, when you truly love somebody, and clearly you truly love this person, that's why you're not out here like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I feel like you should wait. If you don't wait and you feel like that's the person for you, she was like, I never loved nobody the way that I love him. And that young thought say, yeah, but do he feel like that about you? Because clearly it sounds like you just a doormat. He can do whatever the fuck he want to do to you. She was like, And then come to find out, like, he paid her bills. She worked. She had to work. That girl, I never forget, Young Thunder say, she was like, yeah, you gotta work. Because where you think he fucking the bitches at? In your house while you at work. He can't, where he gonna meet them at? I was like, baby, no. Anyways, so your person, he could feel like, or she could feel like, they just out here doing their thing, and maybe they love you so much that they don't want to cause you any more pain. But maybe they're sitting there thinking about, okay, do I want to make this work with you or do I not? You know what I mean? That could be it. That can legit be it. And ain't nobody perfect. So if you're looking for a tarot / medium to sit up here and tell you, baby, I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit for you. For one, I can't even keep up with a lie. That's why I don't tell them. And for two, I'm gonna give it to you straight raw. And the reason why I give it to you straight raw, because once you know, you can't say, oh, I didn't know. You know, I told you. You know. All right. People just fucked up. All right, that's what I got for you. 26 minutes. Damn, look at me talking. Story time. Well, the short gonna be shorter. All right, I'll see you later.